There was a new intro.
Oh, well, you're going to love this.
Who's ready to get riled up? You're listening to
All Riled Up.
Yes.
And today, let's see what the boys have to talk about. We got in store for you the funnies, the goods, the bads, and the evils.
Yes.
I like it.
I made that, and I can't. Every time we play it, I laugh. Welcome, everybody, to another episode.
Random stuff that happens in the middle of it. It's like, yes. It's funny.
Yes. Dude, those are my favorite parts. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of All Riled Up. My name is Riley. Hello, Dylan. What did you say, Malik?
My guy. I'm passing by. Did you guys see that one guy that was outside the Detroit Lions practice area?
Yes,
holding
yes.
the sign? I'm driving past it right now. I want to see if I see him.
It might be too. Well, he was at the practice facility. Are you at the practice facility?
Yeah, I'm passing it right now.
Dylan, I promise you that when you turn 18 years old, I will invite you on and you can have an entire episode to yourself.
I'm sorry, I want to make sure before I say something. Dylan is a Saints fan, right?
Yes. He's a Saints fan.
Saints?
Yeah.
Brewski's
I know Dylan's probably happy as hell because from the Saints draft. I can't lie.
Dylan, you're full of shit. We are friends on TikTok, so I can see what you post. I remember you posting your birthday was like late last year. I don't have the memory of a goldfish. Hello, Drewski.
Hi, Drewski.
Wait.
Mika and you did whiteface. Drewski, that's crazy.
How many times will we make the joke about that, about the different types of Drewski? Yeah, Will Campbell needs to work at Amazon. Why hasn't he gotten on that yet? Who did the Patriots draft? Trade up?
Lamu. They took Lamu.
Shit, he'll be working right with him in the warehouse. Oh yeah, Caleb Lamu. Okay, welcome everybody. My name is Riley. Joining me today is, of course, Eunice. How are you, Eunice?
Great. I'm fantastic.
Yeah, I bet you are. And that reminds me. I have something to talk about before the draft. Don't look at the chat yet.
Remind me of, Riley?
What?
You know what you remind me of, Riley? The Squidward meme when he's looking through the blinds and seeing SpongeBob and Patrick having fun outside.
Yeah.
Where it's like having a EDC as our GM and stuff.
Yeah. And also joining us, it's Malik. How are you, Malik? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a bit. How
have you been lately, Malik? Well, other than getting a ticket. You can complain, actually.
Yeah, fuck that cop.
Malik's like, I can't complain. No, actually, Malik, I think I remember something you can complain about.
God.
That's fucked. That's what I have to say about that.
It is.
We
should send Dylan get at the top.
Oh my god, I can get a Eric DeCosta signed football. I need this.
How much is it? Like 60?
$90. I might grab this if it's still up by my next paycheck after I'm done paying off my credit card, then I'll probably grab it just to be smart about it. But I realized, I was thinking to myself, man, I'm doing all this glazing. I got to get something EDC in my room.
I will not even read that out loud, Dylan. That threw me off. So the first thing I want to talk about before we talk about the draft, because the NFL draft was last week as of this stream/recording, and you can check Yelling Hour now. So the NHL playoffs are currently happening. Stick with me, guys. I promise this is funny.
That looks nasty, bro.
No. So the NFL playoffs, NHL playoffs, I'm sorry, are
I'm sorry. I like what Dylan said.
What?
yeah, Lamar has a little bit of Tyler Shough in him.
You know, I could see it. I think if Lamar works for at least a couple more years, at least on throwing.
Good
I
thing
don't know.
Deshaun is
I feel
here.
like best passer rating is a little iffy. I think Tyler Shough, though, he's got the deep balls locked.
I was just about to say, I feel like Tyler Shough's a better rusher. I mean, like,
I'm gonna say Tyler Shough had 0 fumbles last year. While
we're
rushing.
gonna get to the
While
point
rushing.
where we say that looked a little shooky. That looks.
No, you know what's crazy? I can
Hey,
see
if Tyler
it now.
Shough
He's
went
gonna
to Super
juke
Bowl
somebody,
before the
and
Lions
he
won the Super
shook
Bowl,
him
I'm like,
off.
Oh wait, hold up. His writing is fire. Wait, title this.
I can see the jerseys now, where it's like a picture of him like juking somebody, and then the cat, and like it's written on the shirt, shake him off.
Title
Or
the
shook 'em
episode
off.
"Shook 'Em Off."
Yeah, the rumors are true. Taylor
That'd
Swift
be a
is
good,
leaving
like,
Travis
thing to
Kelce
say
with
if,
Taylor
like-
Shook to change the name of the song to "Shook It Off."
oh my God. If
Tyler Shough is
Somehow
only 4 years
Travis
younger than Lamar.
Only
That's insane.
Hey,
Because he
that
was
just means they have
drafted last
Lamar
year.
for longer.
That's
They just
true.
have Lamar for longer. Dude, imagine that. The rushing capabilities of Lamar, the throw power of Allen, and the dog mentality of Tom Brady. Saints are lucky, bro. I can't lie.
Deshaun is here. How are you, Deshaun?
I'm all right.
like
Uh,
Dylan glazing hour.
We just started, by the way, Deshaun. So you're in perfect timing.
It's not glazing. I'm just reading what's written in the
And
Bible.
speaking of perfect timing, we'll talk about that in a second. So do you know what I'm
I got
talking?
it, Riley.
You know what
I
I'm
got
talking?
you. I got you.
Okay. So because I
Does
have
it
that on my
to do with a certain controversial quarterback?
yes, and we're yeah, yeah, that's an understatement. We'll talk about that in a second. So the Philadelphia Flyers are currently playing the Pittsburgh Penguins. It's the battle for Pennsylvania in the NHL. I believe actually the game is going on as this is being recorded. And just so you Flyers fans know, I am rooting for Pittsburgh because I think it is way funnier. What's up, Eunice?
Yep. Game starts at 7:30.
Okay, yeah.
6 more minutes.
The Pistons, actually, puck drops at if the game starts 7:30, puck drops about 15 minutes after that because they got to sing the
Pistons
national
better
anthem.
win today. Holy shit!
I was going to talk about that after we were done with the draft. They pissed me off. So the Flyers have much. What's up, Malik?
I said, I bet.
Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, and the Blue Jays suck this year. That's well, they got time. The Tigers, we can talk about that too. They injury riddled to hell.
Riley, would you say they have perfect timing?
Yes. So much like how there's a 999 challenge. Well, that's good, Drewski. Much like how there's a 999 challenge where you eat 9 hot dogs, 9 beers in 9 innings, the Philadelphia Flyers at their stadium, this is courtesy of DraftKings, that go to their Twitter account to see this. They have the Philly Hat Trick Challenge. And it's 3 Philly cheesesteaks, 3 orders of what looks to be like so normal fries. And you have to do you can add to the challenge. You have to finish this in 3 periods of hockey. Now you can add to the challenge and make it what they call the power play by adding 2 24-ounce beers, which are the big beers. So each period is 20 minutes. Now there's some stoppage, but there's less stoppage in hockey than there is in other sports. But there's also 20 minutes between periods. That's me too, Drewski. I wouldn't be able to do that.
Honestly, I could do it.
I was gonna ask, could you guys do it? Could you? Now there are two separate challenges according to this post. Like the main challenge is the hat trick challenge with the 3 cheesesteaks. Could you beat the 3 cheesesteaks and 3 fries? And then optionally, could you do the 2 beers? What do you do if you get it? So
Probably just bragging rights.
yeah, it seems like it's just bragging
I
rights.
feel like shit after, but I could do it. I definitely would not eat the next couple of days.
You could not do it.
No, I
How
could
big
do
are
it.
the Philly cheesesteaks? Are they foot longs or 6 inches?
So it doesn't specify, but they look to be we'll say like the size of like a normal Philly cheesesteak. So that's probably 6 inches.
A normal one's about a foot.
Well, at the
Is it a
stadium,
half or a whole? Is it half or a
Stadium
whole?
size.
it looks like a hole. So I'm looking at the picture right now. So this is 3. And you know what? I'll try Googling it to see if we can figure out the length.
Yeah, like 'cause
Philly,
if it's a half, if it's like 6
a
inches,
foot
then
long.
yeah, I could
Just
definitely
looked
do
it
it.
up.
a foot long. Wow.
The ones sold at Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia for the NHL are about 12 inches, a foot long. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 3 feet of sandwiches and 3
I gotta go
servings
see
of
what I can.
fries.
And the fries
I don't
don't
think
have
I can
anything
do
on
that.
them.
So almost wrong.
I don't think I could do that for real. I think
then-
like I might
I
be
think-
able to
I
finish
think I could do it.
2 sandwiches.
Okay.
That's like kind of pushing it.
Now,
I think
let
I
me
could do it.
let me put this into perspective. If you don't watch hockey, so it's 20 minutes is one period, but it's not there's stoppage, but then you get a 20-minute intermission between periods, so you get like let's say probably like 45 minutes to finish the first one, and then there's a 20-minute break, and then well, it's more like 17, 18 minutes. Then there's another like 45 minutes. So do you guys think
is
you could do
in
that?
one sitting?
It's
I thought you
one
had like try to
per
finish
period.
it. Yeah, okay, it's 1 per period. Yeah, I could definitely do it. I can definitely do it.
but then you got to eat the fries. I don't know if I could do this. I would like to try.
Eating would mess me up so bad.
Yeah.
Because when I went to, and I know it could be different because it was a football game, but like when I had fries at the Cleveland Stadium, those things were stone cold, dry fries. I'm talking just like, they tasted like McDonald's fries that were just left on a counter for like an hour. So I feel like that would just take me out, man.
Low key, I this might be controversial.
Into the sandwich if they're like that.
Don't.
I feel like I've heard people say the opposite of what I'm about to say. Low key, McDonald's French fries, they're not bad cold. They're really not bad cold.
Oh, you're wrong.
You lost me so hard.
They're
man.
really, I've heard they're really good, like hot, like fresh out the fryer, but they're really not bad cold. They're really not
They're
bad
about to
cold.
get a lot worse if Beane is really going to be there next year. Because he'll mess those up.
Honestly, I don't want him anywhere near McDonald's, man.
The one thing is,
Oh my God.
like when you leave like fries out, even like for like an hour, like it becomes all like when you eat it, it becomes all dry.
Yeah, exactly. I think
That's
that's
true.
going to mess me up.
That's true.
Yeah, so like sometimes it makes like it's really like you eat it and it's dry. That's the main thing that. Like that's why I don't like to leave fries like left over. I'd rather just finish the fries because I'm not gonna eat them later if they're dry. Like that.
Drewski. That is so accurate. I don't like he really does. Also, this challenge I would like to specify costs $45. Thank you for the rose, Dr. Floppy.
$45, honestly, for 30 Philly cheesesteak subs, like
It's That's not
That doesn't sound
bad.
as bad.
I feel like I would just
That's
say
not
I'm doing
bad.
the challenge, but just like share with like 2 friends.
But then you
Hey,
have
guys,
to.
got food.
No, yeah, wait. That really wouldn't be bad. But then you have. Yeah, it's $15. But then you have to pay for the beer. You have to pay $36 extra for both beers.
Yeah, I'm not
See, the
drinking.
way I'm
so
trying
I'm
to
good.
do it in my mind is a regular sized can of soda, about
12 or 16.
12 fluid ounces. So you're paying for pretty much 4 cans of soda. Think about it like that.
Yeah.
It's the best one.
So, like I'm looking at that, like I'm not paying pretty much $10 for a can of soda, because
I'll
you can
be
be like,
right
oh, I
back.
got plastic cups. We can just split these amongst us. and
Yeah.
boom, we're good. It's like that's $10 of soda, pretty much.
The second thing I want to talk about before we talk about the draft, I know Eunice is chomping at the bit,
Maybe.
but there's one thing that I want to talk about, and that is the news that came out today. Apparently somebody spent $64 for 2 waters and 2 sodas at the NFL draft. Holy shit, that's crazy. That's from Drewski. That's insane.
$64.
Did you guys see the guy apparently who I forgot what his name is, like Luke Maxer?
Yes.
Who, like, he posted a video about it as well, where he got up on stage at the NFL draft by creating a fake backstage pass and was able to get on stage and announce a fake pick for, I believe, the Steelers.
That's crazy.
Yep.
And he's been banned from, I believe, all NFL games for life. I know he's been banned from the draft for life. I don't know. I find it silly when people do things like that. Just because, like, have you guys seen that guy who, like, goes into stadiums when, like, nobody's there and just, like, walks around? Because a lot of times they just leave them unlocked. That is, I feel like, more okay, but I know he had to go to a class. The NFL banned him from stadiums, and then he had to go to like a class put on by the NFL to be able to attend NFL games again. But that was after the NFL posted his content and was like collaborating with him, which I find very weird. But the news we got to talk about is, of course, apparently at Brown's camp, Todd Monken currently is favoriting Deshaun Watson as QB1 this season.
You know what's funny? I saw something about that earlier, and without like spending too much time on it, I just feel like it's just more and more of the Browns higher ups. There's like, please, we can't look stupid as shit for this dumbass pick. We need him to pan out. And they'll probably say some BS. Like, no, we still believe in Shador. It's just we want him to learn under a vet.
Yeah.
A little bit more. You know, we weren't really happy with the amount of time we had Flacco here for. So we want to just wait like a couple more weeks under Watson and see where it takes us.
Also, yeah, Deshaun Watson for MVP 26-27. Deshaun Watson for comeback player of the year. Come back to McDonald's and start revving up those fryers. Because, I mean, that's the thing. If you watched his games, I mean, Deshaun Watson was horrible. And obviously there's something to be said about he is bad, because he was good in Houston before, you know. But truthfully, I heard an explanation that I think is honestly the case. Everyone hates him. Like, his teammates don't like him either because of the association that he brings. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google him.
Weren't there like people were looking at like game footage and like zooming in and stuff, and they could clearly tell that a lot of O linemen were like purposely missing blocks and
Now-
stuff, so Watson would get hit.
Now that I don't know about, but honestly, if I was a like a guard or a tackle, I might do the same thing every once in a while. Not all the time because you got to make your money, but especially when you know you're bad. Like the team, like I think the Browns had a decent draft, to say the least. I'll say that as someone who's not a draft expert, but I really don't think they are going to, like, they cannot make the playoffs this year, you know?
Oh no, for sure.
Like, at all. And now, if Shedeur, like, actually can play very well, you know, then more power to him. You know, but I don't, like, Deshaun Watson makes so much money. Who can they sign? Who wants to go play for Cleveland? No one. And so it's like, you know, like they gotta, you're right though, Drewski, like at the end of the day, it's sort of like a Tua debacle where like you're paying him so much money that you could just like bench him or release him. But you're fucked no matter what. Either you pay him a bunch of money and he sits on the bench, you pay him a bunch of money and he plays like shit, or you release him and then you have like however much dead like you're gonna be. It's so much dead cap. I would look it up.
Yeah,
but I know the answer is a lot.
Well, they restructured a lot of it.
Yeah,
I think someone said like if they cut him now. It's less than people think. It's like less than like when Tua got cut. I think they said it's like
but Tua 99 million.
I think they said around 50 to 60 mil in cap space. Like
Okay.
dead money.
Okay.
Which is still a lot, of course. But like considering that like every year they're increasing the cap space by like
A
20
lot.
million now.
Yeah, it's still
like,
a
all
lot.
right, so we have the 20 million from this year and the 20 million that's probably going to be there next year. It's really like a 20 million loss.
Yeah. And, you know, speaking of like losses, like, I know we are trying to get to the draft, but did you guys hear about fucking Brandon Ayuk and just the whole, like, the Niners said, like, you know, he has played his last games as a Niner, but they haven't officially released him yet. Like, they haven't been able to get a hold of him for quite some time, is what people are saying.
I think
Yeah, I don't
saw
really
something
like
where they
Brandon Ayuk.
said he like back in like December, he just like ghosted them and like disappeared.
Yeah, they can't like get a. Yeah, I'm seeing Eunice on Over the Cap that if it's a post June 1st, let's see post June 1st.
That's so funny because I'm actually on Over the Cap for other reasons right
Okay.
now. Please go on.
Hold on, I fucked my like view up.
So right now,
45 mil post June 1st. Yeah.
Yeah. So 45, all things considered,
That's not horrible.
it's a lot. It's a lot, but like it's manageable. It's very manageable. It's just, I have zero faith in the Browns front office to manage it.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well keep him, and I mean, if he does well, maybe they'll trade him is sort of the thought. I don't think anybody wants him. Yeah, that's true, Malik. I don't think anybody wants them.
I mean, there's the Jets.
No.
There's I mean, I don't know how comfortable they are with fucking Mr. Unlimited and Geno Smith.
Bro, when I saw that, I was like, I hope he goes to the Jets.
Man,
oh my
poor
God.
Aaron Glenn.
Keeping Deshaun Watson doesn't seem to hurt him too much. Where it's like right now they still have 21 million in cap space. So assume 12. No, they had 2 first-round picks. So assume 15 million is going to rookies this year.
Mhm.
That still gives them a couple million to maybe sign like a vet guy at a certain position. And next year they have 76 million in cap space. So I think like cap-wise, they're kind of fine now.
So And also, yeah, you're right, Drewski. I mean, they have Myles Garrett. They're paying him a lot of money, but the cap goes up
but
every
Myles
year.
Garrett is worth it.
And Myles Garrett is worth it.
Yeah. I don't think
Hopefully,
there's a single Browns fan that's complaining about Garrett's contract.
no.
Yeah, like no one's gonna complain about that because he deserves something like that, especially for how long he's been staying with them.
Okay, so do we go through every pick in the first round? And then if you want to talk specifically about your team, we'll talk specifically about your team. We don't even have to focus very much on.
I think it'd be nice to just name one out, and if we have something intriguing to say, we'll just talk about it for a second and continue.
You know what, Malik? That's a good idea.
I was gonna say, if you want, I have it pulled up, and I can just fire like team their pick.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to say anything, go ahead, say it. If not, we move on.
I have it pulled up as well. So you want to say it or you want me to, Eunice?
I think I'll say it just because I feel like for most of these, if anyone wants to say anything, it's probably gonna be me.
Right.
For at least a majority of these.
Right.
So first overall pick, Fernando Mendoza. No one's surprised by this. Like, come on.
Oh,
Anyone got anything to say about him?
what about
Get ready for 10.
Get ready to look Kirk Cousins.
I was gonna say
He likes ice in
Grace.
his water.
Fernando Mendoza, get ready to learn fucking getting sacked and losing all the time.
Second overall pick, David Bailey. Again, not surprising. Anyone got anything?
Nope.
No.
The first surprise
I agree,
pick,
Drewski.
semi-surprise pick. Third overall, Jeremiah Love. I feel so bad for
Colts.
Tyler Algier.
Oh my god, yeah, because
Algier, who was a very good power back, left the Atlanta Falcons under the premise that he could have the starting role for the Cardinals. So everyone was like, all right, cool. Power back Tyler Algier, speedy back James Conner. Let's get it. Let's see what the year looks like. And then they drafted Jeremiah Love.
W Colts. W Colts in chat.
So, what an FU to him, in my opinion. He even took a cheap deal with them, all things considered, just so he can be the RB1.
Algier? Yeah, bro. That was so funny. Like, I mean, honestly, I was like, when I heard about that, I was like, oh, that's hilarious. Yeah. Because I actually like Tyler Algier. Because I remember I took him in fantasy like a couple years ago, and he was solid even behind Bijan.
Because it's like the 2024 Lions with them, where like Bijan did all the yards, and now they're at the 1 yard line. All right, Gibbs, sit down.
Exactly.
Bijan, sit down. Carnell Tate, a little bit of a surprise, but I feel like that's because the Cardinals messed things up for the Titans. And it kind of felt like a panicked pick. Like, we still need a weapon.
I heard about that.
Weapon.
You know, yeah, when it's funny because I wasn't gonna watch the draft. Oh, and we'll talk about that later. I wasn't gonna watch it. So I was watching, I had it on my TV, but I was watching something else. So it was muted. And then every time the pick was up, I would just look at the screen to see who it was. And there was a thing of so many picks where I was like, huh? What? What? Bro, Joe Shiesty is pretty hot. Like, I think this is something everyone agrees with. Anyway, moving on.
Next one, Arvel Reese. Not too surprising, but like I said, this is, I think, the last one where it's like the Cardinals messed this up. Because everyone thought Arvel Reese was going to go to the Cardinals, and then the Giants would take the next best linebacker in Sonny Styles. Obviously, that didn't happen, but the Giants still took a pretty much all-star linebacker.
That's why I like to watch the Bills.
Any comments on that one?
No, because you know, Giants had to. I mean, especially with Dexter Lawrence gone, Giants had to fix the you know, bolster the defense as much as they could. They just signed, or they're rumored to sign, that one guy who's not DJ Reader
from the Browns.
Yeah. All I know is he's not DJ
bad.
Reader. No, he's not bad. He's not bad. It's a hole.
But I will say I am happy that they're gonna sign him, because DJ Reader pretty much said, I'm gonna sign with one of two teams, either the Giants or the Ravens. We'll see how it goes. So seeing that guy get signed by the Giants, you know, I'm like, you like crab cakes, don't you, big boy?
You could have.
What'd you say, DJ?
You could have said that any other way.
I know how I said it. It was intentional.
Yeah.
Next up, the
Chiefs trade up
to get Mansour Dillon, arguably the best secondary player, for sure the best cornerback in this year's draft, to help fix the hole caused by trading away Trent McDuffie. Not surprised. Like, I had them taking him at 9 every time in all of my mock drafts. So, like, trading up to get him is a little weird to me, because I feel like he would have been there at 9, but I also get not wanting to risk it.
Right.
Commanders, Sunny Star. Oh, I'm sorry, please.
I was gonna say, I was gonna comment on the next pick, because Commanders, Sonny Styles, they had to, man. They had to.
They needed anything on defense.
Yeah.
And Sonny Styles is a freak athlete. I remember I was watching the combine.
That's good. I like Daniel Jones.
And I was on the phone with. How long is this?
What?
What is
I
that
remember
noise I'm
watching the
hearing?
combine.
Am I tripping? Oh my god. I had an ad popped up on the ESPN thing where it was playing a video in the corner, and I thought you hit the soundboard, Riley.
Oh, not yet. I got one queued up.
Number 8, Jordan Tyson. I saw some Saints fans that were upset by this because they really wanted a defensive player. But I also understand this pick, because Olave's not getting younger. Kamara's borderline out the door. Tyson Hill gets injured every other week, and he's getting up there in age too. Like, they needed also a weapon for their young developing QB.
Yeah.
Next up, this was a huge surprise to me. The Browns reached down deep. Well, not crazy amount, but still deep. And they grabbed Spencer Fanu, arguably the wild card of O-lineman, where he can play any O-line position and look good doing it. So I get it, because they lost their entire O-line in the draft, so they don't know if they need a guard, a center, or a tackle out of him yet. So I guess it's nice to have the multi-tours. All right, this guy looks good at guard, this guy looks good at tackle. All right, Fanu, looks like you're playing center. So I get it. Anyone so far?
No, I when I saw that, I was like, hey man, you got to protect whoever's going to be you know, well, now we know it's Deshaun Watson.
Protection.
Oh damn, that's great.
All right, next one, Francis I can't pronounce his last name.
Oliver, my dog, has bit
tackle
almost everyone here. Everybody here, right? We're talking about but dogs biting people in chat.
I've never been bit by a dog.
No, Oliver bit. I know he bit Dijon and Malik on the back of the leg.
Oliver scratched me a few times.
Back of the ankle.
But he's never bitten me.
Oliver's a little cunt.
Real, bro, real.
I like him.
I remember Mira's dog tried to bite me one time, and like he like opened his mouth and I death stared him, and like it was like a cartoon-ish type shit where his like mouth was open above my hand and like he slowly pulled back.
You know, he's gotten better. He's gotten a little bit more docile, but Drewski, if you were around him, he probably would bite you.
All right, 10th overall, We're done up to the first 10. Francis, there's a lot of Giants fans were mad about this one because even though he's the best tackle in this year's draft by a mile, mind you guys, it's not like, oh, here's person 1 and here's person A. It's no, here's Francis, here's the rest in terms of tackles. And I get it. They want to protect Jackson Dart, who had a few issues last year. Concussion was a big one that really messed things up for the Giants. So I get it. But while taking him, the guy that every Giants fan wanted fell to the very next team at number 11, Caleb Downs.
Caleb Downs
is considered to be maybe the best defensive player in just this entire draft for good reason. He's pretty much looks like he might be just a new Kyle Hamilton for the year. And that's why a lot of Giants fans were mad because they're like, oh, this is the new Kyle Hamilton. All right, John Harbaugh, you know what to do. And nope, he went to the Cowboys, who I think he really can have a strong impact for them.
I saw a lot of Cowboys fans were very happy about that pick.
Oh yeah,
not so happy about the next one.
They were going to get him. The next one, Caden Proctor, a very good tackle. He's not bad in the slightest. Very little bad things I could say about him. And honest to God, going to the Dolphins makes sense to me, as in they're trying to rebuild, so they need to start building a strong foundation. I know a lot of Miami fans wanted this to be a weapon, like Mekhi Lemon, for example. Didn't happen. I understand them trying to build a foundation before adding furniture to the house, but I can also see the argument for you need a reason to want to live here before building a foundation.
Yeah, because what happens if Malik Willis actually ends up being like really good, even behind that garbage, shitty, horrible Dolphins team?
Is he a 2-year or a 3-year deal? He was 3 years, right?
I thought it was only 2. It might be 3.
Wait, who did they?
I think it was 3. If it was a 3-year deal, then I'm behind the O-line thing because that just means they can take a receiver.
Yeah, me too. They
I
drafted
forget who the Dolphins drafted.
And they did get
Caden
a
Proctor.
couple nice weapons. They did get Tutu Atwell, who's not
Okay,
bad.
listen.
And we're not going to talk about
Tackle.
the other rounds for other teams. But
Yeah.
they also did get Chris Bell later in the draft, who before his ACL tear in December was a lock for round 1 in the draft.
That's true.
All right, after him, arguably the most controversial pick in this year's draft, at number 13, the Rams select Ty Simpson. I'm not going to spend long on this. I've made my argument about it. They have nothing else they need to get better. Receiving room, D-line, defensive backs, O-line, running back, everything's already good. Nothing on their team I could say is less than a B- or a B in terms of quality. So I see that. I'm like, all right, Matthew Stafford realistically probably has, let's say, 2 to 3 years left before he starts playing kind of bad, in my opinion. I'll say maybe he drops off at 40 or 41 years old. It's nothing wrong with building up his replacement. The Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers thing all over again, because didn't they draft Jordan Love like the year after Aaron Rodgers won MVP, or was it the 2 years after he won MVP?
I think it was the year after.
Right. So I see that and I'm like, I get it. I think it's overly hated, but I can understand why some fans could be bitter in the moment about it. Because I know a lot of fans were bitter about Jordan Love in the moment until he took them to playoffs for the first time. And then all of a sudden, oh my God, we are so smart. We thought ahead.
I agree with Drewski's comment, and I have a little rant to go on about Ty Simpson. Because, like, I don't watch college football. I just hear what other people hear. And I'll watch a couple of games, but they're not like, you know, I'm not going to be able to evaluate players from watching like just the national championship, you know.
The Ravens signed the quarterback, did they? I forgot his name.
Diego Pavia. We'll talk about that because that is actually sort of relevant. But with Ty Simpson, everything I've heard about him coming out of college is he is not great. Like he might doesn't work, but might be fun to fix. You ever seen that meme?
Yeah.
That's sort of what I hear about like Ty Simpson. And to me, it's like, I agree with Drewski. Like this pick, yeah, he's not a top 15 pick. This pick is gonna, like, if you like let him develop under Stafford, that's great. And I'm sure it'll work out in the end. But this pick is either going to end up being like, wow, what genius, because really, I mean, I agree with Eunice. Like, they're a top 5, maybe even higher NFL team currently right now, with 0 games played in the season. But so keep that in mind. That was my next point. Sean McVay was pissed. Like, you can tell he did not make that decision. Just the way that he like rushed him off the phone. They had like their press conference. Like that was all the Rams GM pick. And, I understand like drafting him, keeping him, letting him cook. Stafford is one of the best quarterbacks that's ever played football, So
Yeah.
that is like Love being drafted and being, getting to study under Rodgers. Like that's crazy. But would I have made this pick if I were the Rams GM? No. I probably would have just gotten whatever your next, most need, because I don't think he will be ready to back, like he's not gonna be QB2, and if we're only thinking about like this year, if it's like Stetson Bennett, okay, there's a rumor Garoppolo might retire. I still think Stetson Bennett is better or more proven, so would I have done that? No, but I understand like the optimism from some people. But was I a fan when I laughed when I saw that the Rams drafted him, because we've been joking about him for like however many months. Like it's actually hilarious that they fucking picked Ty Simpson at third. I won't say it's as egregious as the Michael Penix pick, but I feel like it has the possibility that it might turn into a Michael Penix level pick, where, I don't like Michael Penix. I don't think he's very good, but that's really all I had to say about that. I thought it was really funny that they drafted him.
Anyone else got anything they want to add before we move on?
Nope.
All right. Next one. Vega went the best guard in this year's draft, dropped to the Ravens. No surprise. They obviously took an O-lineman to help out Lamar, since Lamar got injured 3 different times last season. And yeah.
Is this who you
were?
were?
Sense to work on anything else if you don't have a. This was my number 1 guy that I wanted.
I was gonna say, is this who you were kicking your feet over in the air when we were talking before the stream started?
Yes.
Okay.
DJ and Malik, as witnesses, were at the draft. I was very happy about this pick.
You were happy on draft night. That's good.
What, you just do like the Trump face and like your hands went up, but I was very happy.
I was very happy.
Very good. I'm told he was the best by great people.
I thought they were going to probably pick guard as well.
Vega, Bain, Shadik, Tyson, in that order. 3 of those 4 were on the board. And like I said, I got my number 1 guy. I'm happy. Going to move on. And then, by the grace of God, it is what it is. Bain Jr. fell all the way, arguably the best defensive end in this entire draft class, fell all the way down to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers And Dylan, I'm assuming you're still here. Did you feel the same shiver down your spine the rest of the NFC South fans felt when Bane entered the division?
Did you also, I don't think Dylan is still here, but did you see the video of him grabbing the hat?
Oh, he was mad because he was not supposed. Dude, I saw a mock draft where the Ravens at 14 were to get Bane, and I remember laughing, saying he's not making it out of the top 5, let alone.
He didn't even.
He was mad.
He didn't even aura farm.
He didn't pose. He didn't nothing.
No.
He grabbed his hat, went to the mic, said, "You're gonna regret this," and left.
Yeah, no. That's what we meant, Drewski. That's what we meant. Because he didn't even stop. If anything, that gave him more aura because he.
Oh, dude, he's gonna kill someone week 1. Someone's dying.
Yeah, he was like, he fucking grabbed the hat. I saw somebody made an edit where it's just like when he grabs the hat.
Dude, he's gonna be a problem.
Oh yeah.
For years. Dude, I remember watching the championship in college football, and he was pushing off double and even twice I saw triple teams, and he still got the sack. Someone is, dude, week 1, whoever the Bucks play, I'm sorry, man. Not personal.
Now,
next up, I'm sorry?
Kenyon Sadiq.
So, funny enough, the last out of my big 4 went to the Jets. And honest to God, I kind of like this pick for them because he's amazing at blocking, so he can definitely help on the O-line. He's an amazing receiver.
That's true,
dude. He bullies people when he catches the ball. I think he's really good, really strong. I don't think tight end was their biggest thing, especially when they had Taylor, the rookie last year that they picked up in round 2 or 3, who played pretty good too, honestly, all things considered.
I
get it. They're trying to fill 2 things at once. They were trying to kill 2 birds with one stone, help a little bit on the O-line and get a weapon. So I'm not too mad about this.
The Knicks lost the second that this pick was read out. So there was like videos of New York Jets fans watching the Knicks and also watching the Jets draft, and they just were like upset at both simultaneously. And I think that's funny.
The next one is also a controversial pick, and I agree that it's controversial. Blake Miller, tackle out of Clemson, went to Detroit. The reason why I'm not a huge fan out of this pick is for 2 things. One, Monroe Fielding, just in my opinion, a much better tackle, was still on the board. He went 2 picks later. We'll talk about that. But Blake Miller is also just very raw in development. And I just don't know if I trust Detroit to develop him properly, because besides Penei, who is an O-lineman in the last 5 years that's been drafted to Detroit that developed well for them? That's why I am a little worried about it, because this is a guy that can be a monster if developed. I just don't know if I trust Detroit to develop him. That's why I like Freeling, because Freeling's already kind of there, and he's very, very, very good. So I feel like, all right, there you go. You don't have to worry too much about developing, and he can start for you right away.
Drewski, not a fan of the Vikings pick.
I know that.
That's actually, you know what, DJ, did you want to give your 2 cents about
I know Caleb
Miller,
Biggs
since this is the Lions?
To be honest, don't know much about the guy. I know, just online wise, a lot of people were upset that we did grab him. I like you said, there was a better guy, so it could have just been because of that.
I'd say O-line though.
People just upset exactly that we grabbed O-line instead of defense as a first pick, but I couldn't tell you overall.
I mean, we need O-line, so I see.
I I don't pay attention to college at all. So, in my personal opinion, just like with the coach we picked up, it's like, all right, you guys say he's ass. I'm gonna just wait till I see him actually be ass before I say anything, because I genuinely have no idea.
Turns out I was right about a lot of things on draft night.
The next guy, another controversial pick, Caleb Banks. So the reason why he's controversial is he a physical monster that can probably strike fear into most centers? Sure. Did he just have surgery on his foot? Yes. So for him to go before even pick 20, a little crazy.
Yeah.
Considering that there were other first round locks before surgeries that didn't even go before round 3 in this draft. McCoy.
Yeah.
Speaking of, by the way, I saw a meme, not to change the subject. Oh, it's not changing it. I saw a meme where it's like the life of a Buffalo fan, where it's like, hey guys, we traded with the Raiders. Guess what pick they used to draft McCoy?
Yeah, I did see that.
Go ahead.
It's funny because I did see that exact thing you're talking about. The meme.
What's it called?
The Panthers.
Next up, Monroe Fielding. Makes sense. Just protect Bryce Young. It looks like they're starting to really believe that he is the guy for them that will be there for a while. So
I think so.
protecting him makes sense. Not to mention, this is probably just an example of taking the best player available. Freeling was not supposed to go this late. He should have gone much earlier. And yeah, like I said, I like it. Hey, now here's a funny one.
Howie
In case you guys
Roseman.
don't know the story.
Howie
In case you guys
Roseman.
don't know the story, let me tell you what happened here. The Dallas Cowboys had picked 20, and everyone and their sister said they were going to take a defensive player. So the Steelers GM did a very sensible thing, realistically, and called a certain wide receiver of the name of Makai Lemon and said, hey, the Cowboys are about to take a defensive player. How would you like to be catching passes and touchdowns for the Steelers? And he's crying. He's emotional. Like, sir, it would be an honor.
What a fucking idiot.
Nothing better. Why is Billy calling? He's like, huh?
You never do that.
Guy, like, huh? They're like, huh? And then like his agent runs in front of the camera. Philly traded up to get you. Philly traded up to get you. They're on the line right now. Take the phone. And then like the camera cuts.
Bro.
Yeah, the Philadelphia Eagles traded up to get arguably the second, for sure third best wide receiver in this year's draft. How he does it again, he somehow convinces a division rival to trade with him so that way they can get one of the best weapons in this entire draft class. In case you guys don't know anything about Makai Lemon, a lot of people are saying he's going to be at minimum as good as Zay Flowers. And Zay Flowers is a very good Y slot receiver. So, of course, they get another one. You just keep... just how he can't stop winning.
Collecting them like Pokemon cards before you trade them to the Patriots.
Yeah, like wait, he's becoming a controversial player on his 5th or 6th year. Welcome to New England.
And like Vrabel is like, you hear in the background, like Vrabel's like messing with his belt buckle while he's on the phone. He's like, how would you like to come play for the New England Patriots?
How would you like to come play for the New England Patriots?
Oh man, did you guys? We'll talk about that.
Yeah,
there was more to the story.
We haven't got the Patriots defender here, so we can't.
I wonder. I legitimately wonder what Gus thinks about that.
Yeah, what like he was like.
Was he in the draft?
No, he was not.
Okay, I didn't think so. Okay.
Pick number 21. This reminded me a lot of the Titans because it just felt like a scramble pick. Like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, because we have video footage of this. Things didn't go to plan for the Steelers.
Yeah.
Over this. Steelers fans were not happy with this
No,
pick.
and they
You
were
could
not
hear
happy.
audible booing during the draft. There are videos of people. I saw this one clip. I need to send this to you, where a guy was at his wedding, Steelers fan,
I saw it.
and he's dancing on the floor.
He
And
just
he
goes,
looked at his phone. It's like, oh.
I saw it.
It's like 9/11.
And you know, at least I
He
saw
just took another lineman.
I saw a lot of Steelers fans happy they didn't reach for a quarterback, and then
And then they still did it.
then they did it later.
Like, oh, don't forget, this movie has a sequel.
Yeah. Kenny Pickett too. Electric Boogaloo.
Next up, Akeem Mesidor. He's a very, very good defensive end. The only reason why he went so late is because he's so old. He'll start this season, I think, a little bit before he turns 26 years old. So he's a very old, but he's very productive. So a lot of people are willing to overlook his age because a lot of people have been saying, all right, well, if Myles Garrett was in this age at in this draft at his current age, wouldn't you still draft him first overall? Or it's like, yeah, well, that's Myles Garrett. We don't know anything about this guy yet in the NFL.
You don't like mystery boxes?
Next up, this one was weird to me. The Cowboys took Malachi Lawrence, who, yeah, he's good. Don't get me wrong. He was not first round good. He was maybe end of round 2 kind of good.
I saw a lot
Maybe
of Cowboys
early
fans were not happy because, like, yeah, they like this, like they like the player,
He's good, but not like
yeah,
value.
and it
Like-
helps their defense, but still, you know,
Yeah, especially when there were still better defensive ends like Cassius Howell, Kendrick Falk, Zion Young, all on the board.
TJ
These are all
Parker.
guys was like, that could have been way better. Or yeah, that guy. No, I'm kidding. I really like TJ Parker.
I don't.
I'm just feeding into you a little. Here we are with the final 8 picks. I'm so proud of myself that I remembered to say this during last week's recording. I said the Browns are gonna reach into the draft, skip Amari Cooper, and grab KC Conception with their 24th overall pick, and that's exactly what they did.
Probably the Eagles, Alexander. At least I think. I don't
I'm
know.
so proud of myself for that. I can't lie. Next up.
Also, it's
is
KC
the
Concepcion, apparently.
He plays for the Browns. I'm not gonna remember it.
Yeah, and you won't need to. Also, Drewski, honestly, I low-key agree. I wanted him. But
KC.
we live in we live in the bad timeline.
We live in the real world.
Yeah.
All right, next up, to
This is
no
actually
one's
someone's Madden
surprise,
draft.
the Bears took someone for the secondary. They took Dylan Thieleman, which not much to talk about. Good player. He'll help a lot. Bears had a lot of injuries on their secondary. So we can move on to where the funny stuff started. happening, in my opinion. There it is.
I was like,
Brandon.
I was like,
Wait, hold on.
was that from my
Riley,
like
ready?
phone? I was like, was that on my Instagram? I was like, damn, that
Riley,
was
I need you to
loud.
have the button ready for a second.
Which
So now we move on to Brandon Beane. Thank you.
oh, don't worry, it'll come back 3 times.
There's some edits. I was thinking of some
Okay.
edits.
Yeah.
Real quick, before I continue, I know we're doing first
I know,
round stuff. Do you want me
Drewski.
to also like put the Bills and Broncos and the other teams that didn't have first round picks, or are we just doing first round?
We'll do first round, and then when we'll talk about like our teams like, because I know you want to talk about the Ravens and I want to talk about the Bills, and if you guys want to talk about the Lions, we'll talk about the Lions.
I mean,
or
There was this certain team that I noticed that was in the first round, but still didn't pick at the first round.
Oh, do you wait? Oh, I'm sorry. Do you mean Brandon Beane? I love that I understand what he's saying in that audio clip. So to me, it's just he's talking.
It's funny because Eunice, before we started streaming, said something about the Osama bin Laden music, and I had to hold back laughing because I had spent like before I got on like putting that on the soundboard.
All right, let me get through this one. Next one, 27th overall. The Miami Dolphins trade with division rival Buffalo Bills.
No,
And
that
they
was
grabbed-
you're thinking of a different team. It was the Texans, and then the Dolphins traded with the Niners after.
Oh, my bad. I was gonna say. All right,
Yeah.
you guys traded with a different
Yeah,
division rival.
division rival.
So he took Chris Johnson. He's a good corner. He'll be really good, especially maybe at like nickelback, which is something they've really needed for a while. And then the New England Patriots trade with a team. Specifically, that team is the Buffalo Bills, led by Brandon Beane.
Drewski, can I just say one thing before we continue, Drewski? He sucks at drafting in every round.
He's defending him.
To be fair, I understand he had and I will say this in my rant. Remind me if I don't. Decent day 3.
I will.
Because I know he had a better day 3. He's 5 and down is where he really shines. Everything else.
You know what's funny? People say the opposite about EDC. It was like, hey man, day 1, day 2, maybe round 4, EDC's your guy. Don't look for him for shit for round 6 or 7 picks.
It'll go.
Except for this year. All right. The Patriots take
Patriots.
Caleb Lamu. I texted Gus about this. I'm not personally a fan of Caleb Lamu.
Also, he'll be working at Amazon.
They probably could have gone. I think the best thing they probably should have done was Chase Bonitos. I can never pronounce his name right. I'm sorry. He's the guard that the Cardinals, I think, took in round 2. I think he would have been better, so that way they could slide him next to Will Johnson, so Will Johnson gets support on his side of the O-line, which really could have, in my opinion, fixed things up for him.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm glad they didn't fix their O-line. That's good.
No, Caleb Lamu, like, don't get me wrong, he's good.
Nah,
still.
fuck him.
And this is clearly just a Morgan Moses replacement because Morgan has been getting hurt a lot more recently and is near and getting up there in age. So I get it. I just think there was a better option available. It's not bad, but it's not what they should have done. It's like Blake Miller versus Freeling again with the Lions.
Right.
All right. And then somehow, some way, they get away with it again. The Kansas City Chiefs draft a generational D lineman with no one willing to stop them in Peter Woods. People have been shitting on Peter Woods because he only had like 7 sacks last year. You know, he got double teamed on 93% of his snaps and still got those 7 sacks in the Big Ten.
God
But
damn.
yeah, okay, yeah, he just gets to play right next to Chris Jones now.
Oh my god. Man, if only
Centers beware.
I wish there was a team that had a pick literally twice before the Patriots and didn't just trade it away both times.
No, I wish there was a team that needed someone to help stop the run.
Stop the run.
Could have used a generational talent like him.
Yeah.
And taken it.
No.
For context, by the way, Peter Woods also has only allowed 11 10-yard plus runs in his 4 years of college.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, Amar Cooper Jr. Very good. There's not really a lot to say about him. He's just a very good player. A physical monster who needs some development. And I don't know if I can say I don't trust the Jets to develop because they did develop Garrett Wilson pretty well. It's just he had no quarterback to throw to him.
I don't think that's yeah, I don't think the development is the issue. I think the issue is no one will be able to throw him the ball.
Yeah. But like I said, the pick as it is, just Omar Cooper Jr., he's a good player. I like him.
Yeah. That's true. They do need a good the Jets' biggest issue is developing a quarterback.
And then if you want to get ready again.
Oh yeah, you know.
First overall pick, a certain gentleman by the name of Brandon Beane.
I'm not letting him play the whole
out of the first round with the Tennessee Titans and allows the Tennessee Titans to get a really good defensive end in Kendrick Falk, who has a long history of not so much being great at getting sacks and pressures, but being really, really good at stopping the run. And then, of course, this one was a big shock too, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
Seattle Seahawks, Jadarian Price, a very, very good running back who 100% would have been on the board for the 64th overall pick for the Seahawks to take in round 2.
I guess they took or they K9's gone, so they're like, hey,
I
why
see
not?
it as like the Rams, in my opinion, where it's like nothing else needs real improvement right now. Let's just get what we want and get the fuck out of here. You know, it's like going to the grocery store for a gallon of milk. You go, you grab the milk, you leave. You're not looking at any other aisles.
Yeah, they clicked.
Business.
Drewsy's saying Price was projected mid-second. And I have no idea.
Yeah, but that's always projections. You know, like people get projected all over the place, in my opinion.
Right.
Like, you look at the teams. Not to mention, the Seattle Seahawks also really, really liked, what was the other running back's name? Mike Jr., I believe. Like, they also were a huge fan of him. So even if he was gone, they still could have grabbed Mike Jr.
That's true. Like they let Kenneth Walker go, and then they've got Charbonnet, but Charbonnet was hurt. So, I mean, yeah, yes. Mike Washington Jr.
Which is ironic because Charbonnet got the job because Kenneth Walker was always hurt.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll see. Who wants to go first, me or you, Eunice? Actually, I think I will.
I think I'll go last just because mine's probably going to be a little bit longer since you already got most of this off of your chest.
You know, on the day of the NFL draft, I sent Eunice did you play the video for everybody? Yeah, wait, yeah, you did, right?
I did not play it for everybody. I watched it myself. I'm sorry, I didn't know you wanted me to play it for everyone.
Ah, damn, I said play it for everybody so that everybody could see, so that my prediction could come true.
To try to save myself here a little bit, I was driving when I was listening to your video.
Oh, okay.
So I probably missed that part. My bad.
Damn.
That's fucked
so
up.
I.
But to be fair, I told them. You know what's crazy? Riley sent me a video. I verbally explained
That's
it.
so funny. Okay, so I recorded a video at 3:30 in the afternoon for Eunice to play, and I literally said like it's 3:24, and because I was like, I need everyone to know that I am going to predict the future. And I said in the video, I think Beane will trade out of the first round because it is absolutely 100% the Brandon Beane thing to do. Now, I was watching I think I was watching Sabres versus Bruins. I'm pretty sure I was. Because I remember Josh Allen fucking banged the drum and then chugged the beer. Okay, yeah, it was game 2. We did know it was coming because they asked him if he was going to do it and he said no, and then everybody on Twitter was like, this motherfucker's lying.
He's lying.
And so I knew I recorded a video. Yeah, we that was a horrible game. Turns out whenever Bills, anyone associated with the Bills are in the building, we fucking lose because we lost the game yesterday. And guess who was in the building? Joe Brady and Brandon Beane.
Play it.
Oh wait, yeah, you're right. I forgot. I named this Bean, by the way. So I knew that they were going to trade out, and I didn't watch the draft. But then I tried to go to like bed during the weekdays early because I have to wake up early, and I was like, oh, like let me. Like it was just getting to the point where I was like, okay, I have to go to bed, but let me just stay up a couple more minutes, right? And so I see, and I get out, like I finish brushing my teeth, and I go look at the TV, and I'm like, what the fuck happened to the Bills pick? And then I look, and it's like they traded down. I'm like, I knew it. And then they traded down again. And I was like, oh my God.
What? Question, because I didn't watch the other dress. What did you guys get from that?
So from the Texans, I was going to say this. In Brandon Beane's defense, this is the only time you'll ever hear me say those words strung together. The Texans trade I don't have a problem with because technically, we didn't know if the Niners were going to trade with the Dolphins. But given only the information you had, the Texans took they took a guard. I mean, if you're trading with a team, that they are not taking your pick, So we got a third, and then a pick swap was originally what it was. So we traded down 2 spots and then got a 3rd round pick, and we didn't have a 3rd round pick at the time. And then we ended up fucking getting rid of it. So I think that trade justifiable. The next one is the one I have an issue with because, okay, let's say that guard is like what Eunice said, where good but not great. Would that be how you would describe him, Eunice, for the Patriots?
The one the Texans took? Oh, the one the Patriots took, the tackle?
Yeah. Sorry, I said guard, but tackle, yeah.
I thought the reason I was thinking guard is because you were talking about the Texans.
Yeah.
The guy that the Patriots took, he's pretty good. Not the best O lineman that was available.
Right. So, okay. Personally, I am, Caleb Lomu or Lamu or whatever.
Lamu.
Personally, I am very anti helping your division rivals, especially when one of their biggest problems last year was their O-line. So, but if you didn't get your guy, you didn't get your guy. And then they traded out of the 1st round. And at that point, my issue is I have a memory that lasts longer than 4 seconds. And it's because I remember the last draft and the year before that and the year before that, where Brandon Beane just like sucks at drafting. Especially, again, let's give him some grace. He's particularly bad before round 5, maybe 4. But like most people agree, he's because a lot of our actually pretty solid players he picks up in like 5, 6, 7. You know, I think Shakir was like a 4th rounder. So okay, Shakir. I think James Cook was too. James Cook. James Cook. But when I saw that he was loading up at draft picks and people were like, what a masterclass by Beane. I was like, guys, are you fucking stupid? He's just going to blow the picks. And then, to nobody's shock, well, to everyone's shock, again, except mine, apparently, he drafted TJ Parker at 35. And then immediately, I'm talking the next pick, the Texans traded up to get Caden McDonald. And like, now, do I have a, also, hello, Meek, how you doing? Do I have anything against TJ Parker? No, yes. I mean, well, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Because now, when I said this in my video, like, I'm not gonna necessarily say I'm all out on this guy because he has played quite literally 0 snaps in the NFL. But at the same time, I mean, this is a guy who... No, this was Sean McDermott's pick.
He's like banging on the window.
We'll hear this, and we'll hear when Jim Leonard gets fired next season. Terry Pagula better go. That was Jim Leonard's pick, guys. He fucking sucks. But you know, TJ Parker is coming off of statistically his worst season. And, you know, I now, again, I know he won't get fired. I'm just kidding. But let's, you know, give him some credit, I guess. Like, I heard that they changed up the scheme in his last year. But I saw like write-ups about this guy from even like Bill-centered reporters who were like, he's stiff, he's not mobile, he's not a very good edge rusher. He's an edge rusher. And it's like, okay, great. So now that being said, like, it's a new defense, it's a new defensive scheme. We'll see what happens. The next pick, man. You know, he was listed as a linebacker, but ESPN has him as an edge rusher, and everyone is saying he's going to be an edge rusher. And I believe the Bills even put right edge on their little graphic that they posted when they said they drafted him. So then they trade up again to get 2 picks in the second. And they draft Dave. His name is so hard to pronounce. Davidson Igbinosun. Call him Igb. He's a corner.
Call him Palala.
No, he's not that bad. But I am gonna shit on him. IGB. Okay. IGB, right? Oh, that's his nickname. Okay, I didn't know that. This is a guy that I don't know much about, but I've heard him described as like a backup cornerback at most. And I was like, man, why? And then in the post-draft press conference, Brandon Beane said he thought that our biggest need in the draft was corner. in what universe did you now? Did Brandon Beane and I watch the same games last year? Now, I'm not saying that I kind of get where he's coming from, because he let forgot what his name was. So
Davius White?
No. So I kind of get, and I'm sure, Drewski is gonna like understand where I'm going with this once I start to explain it. I kind of get what he's saying, because last year when we played the Broncos, I mean, we had to put in bums because of injuries. And, we didn't have a lot of corner depth other than Harrison, who was hurt, and Trey White, who was good, but can't play by himself. You know what I mean? And so, and there's a couple other guys who, again, they're okay, I understand that, but first of all, if you're going to draft like a corner, not a lot of people are high on. Again, I can't really speak to it because I'm not very knowledgeable of, prospects. Like, I'm not going to sit here and Dorian Strong. Oh my God. He had like near career ending surgery. Like, they didn't even know if he was going to be able to play again. And then, but my issue is part of the reason why is we had such little corner depth is because being released, I forgot what his name is. Fuck. So that we could pick up Darius Slay. And Darius Slay played a grand total of 0 games for the Bills. I think we still have his rights, actually. But I know he's like not, because he doesn't want to. He's retiring unless he can play for the Eagles, is what the assumption is. Yeah, that's why he retired.
Quickly, the Giants made another signing.
Okay.
D tackle, so they got Shelby Harris for a 1-year deal, and Lika Fatu from the Raiders on a 1-year deal. So it looks like to me that the DJ Reader thing might have gone up in flames. Okay. Well, just to sign 2 D tackles in the same day when supposedly you have DJ Reader waiting on the call. It's just weird.
Drewski, it's funny because I was going to text you, but I forgot. I have seen so many people on Twitter being like, because when Drewski had hit me up and we were talking about just like different free agents that like should come in just as like depth or just to like fill holes in Buffalo, and Drewski said DJ Reader, and I was like, oh, I heard like the rumor about him going to the Giants though, so I don't know. And then I swear, like randomly after he sent me that, like all these Bills accounts were like, you know what? DJ Reader to the Bills doesn't sound like a bad idea. And I was like, oh, I guess there's potential. A lot of people thinking the same thing. Will it happen? No, because nothing good will ever happen to me. It's all because of Brandon Beane. But yeah, so then the Bills. So let's just say, I think it's a very debatable second round from Beane. In the 4th, he drafted a tackle, which I have I like our O-line. I believe our O-line coach I fucking read something on my screen. Yes, I agree. Drewski, I agree. But yeah, so our like O-line coach, I believe, retired or resigned. I know he left. And so okay, like getting some guys just as like plug and play pieces for the O-line, like that's good. I saw a lot of people. Yeah, he did retire. I thought so. I just couldn't remember. I did not like this pick, OT Drew Bowery, just because I feel like our O-line is, other than fucking Dion Dawkins commits so many penalties, even though I love him, he commits so many penalties. You know, but I saw a lot of people mixed on that pick. And then other than that, I like the Skylar Bell pick. I've seen a lot of people give him T. Higgins comps. I will not get my hopes up. And then the rest of Beane's draft, I think, was fine. A lot of these players are not players I know a lot about, but from what I've heard, people are. I saw that, and you know, I hope so. I don't know if that will be true, but I hope so. But other than I know that the punter that they picked up, we had like, I wouldn't say we had punting issues last year, but it was something that there were a few games where that was sort of like a thing where there'd be like a couple whiffs on punts and you were like, dude, what the fuck? But so this guy, Tommy Doman Jr., is good he punted at Michigan. He punted for, I think, Florida last season. But then he punted at Michigan the season before. So he is used to punting in the cold, which I think is good. And so overall, I saw Fox NFL gave the Bills draft an A-. I would not go that far. But I would say overall, like, again, I don't like the first or I don't like the second round. I'm not a big fan of the fourth round pick. It seems like more of the same from Beane. And I mean, I'm lower on him, and I saw a lot of people really pissed with him during specifically day 2, and then I saw day 3 people were happier with him. And so I think that redeemed it for a lot of people. I mean, to me, man, I'm pretty negative when it comes to his decisions. Which is why I added this to the soundboard and I named it Beane. And I know it's very loud. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, Kilgore, I forgot to talk about. I heard he was good, and I guess that's exciting. I feel like this defense is the biggest concern. Obviously, we're also worried about pass catchers. I saw Beane say, Keon, we're hitting the reset button on Keon Coleman. Motherfucker, it's year 3. Other than the negative optics of the fucking, yeah, I like cookies.
It was like, yeah, I love cookies.
Thing, like, that whole thing to me was kind of overblown. And I mean, obviously you would like your high second round draft pick 2 years ago to be good, but what can we do? And I agree with what Drewski just said. I guarantee you they are fucking going, like, they are pouring so much into his success. At least I think, and from what I've heard as well, like, apparently the like early stuff out of like camp and stuff is that they are really going hard into getting him to be like a contributor, even if he's not he'll never be wide receiver one. He'll never be wide. It's DJ Moore, Shakir, and then Skylar Bell, and everyone else. And I hope Shavers can play soon-ish. He tore his ACL against the Jaguars, so that's a bummer. I hope Gabe Davis comes back. We don't know what's going on. Yeah, we can leave Josh Palmer behind in 2025. But you know, there are other, like, the offense wasn't really the worry because Josh Allen broke his foot. I mean, we knew that. I literally called it. I said it in a video. He broke his foot, and that is why he is not performing as well as he normally does. And I stand by that. And I think the biggest issue is the defense, and they're starting to skew younger. I'm still skeptical. I understand why people are optimistic, is what I will say. But I have a feeling the run defense will still be bad. I have a hunch. So, do you guys have any questions specifically about the Bills or why I think certain things, Eunice? Because I know we talked a little bit about it.
I'm just happy your opinion of Skylar Bell has grown in the last couple days.
I've heard a lot about him, and like I said, I'm gonna be very skeptical of him. But I feel like I've heard so many people who aren't Bills fans say like he's solid enough to make me think Andrewski. To make me say, okay, I'm open to having my mind changed, but I'm not open to having my mind changed about Brandon Beane.
Did you hear that, Skylar Bell? You got 1 week. Show me something.
No, I'll give him. He's only what round was he even drafted in? 4th or 5th?
One or the other.
4th.
So yeah, I get your point.
No, yeah, he's got a lot of time. Yeah, that's the thing. We also don't know what the Jim Leonard defense is my issue, because it's, from what I hear, not going to be traditional. So I can't even.
Who's your new OC? I'm sorry.
So the thing is, Joe Brady is calling the plays. So I don't even remember.
The other guy has input.
Yeah. Bills OC, it's Pete Carmichael Jr. Right?
No
that's
idea.
That's what Google has said. Yeah, Pete Carmichael. It's a 3-4 defense at the base, is what Drewski is saying. Well, yeah. They were both. All these guys are from the Sean Payton coaching tree, which I like. So, I mean, that's the thing. I actually like the coaching staff, minus one person, who I am very skeptical of, and I will be critiquing extremely.
I can't wait till the end of next season when your Middle Eastern song thing goes from being called Bean to Brady.
Shit, that might change as early as week 1, depending on who we play. And And in the post game, the last thing I want to say about the Bills, that's what I was just about to say, Juriski. At the post draft press conference, Brandon Beane was there, Josh Allen was there, Joe Brady was there, and Joe Brady said that Skylar Bell is good at taking screens. And when I saw that, I was like, yeah, of course he said that. And then I looked up pictures of the stock photos of guys trying to hang themselves just to feel something. And then I built my Great Deku Tree Lego, and it was very expensive, but it was my birthday, so I was like, why not splurge?
You're right.
If Skylar Bell can score on one screen, I will buy his jersey. I don't think it's gonna happen. What'd you say, Eunice? You're gonna hold me to that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to remember who it was. It was someone you hated as a receiver who did something amazing on a screen. And I texted you about it. I think, was it Gabe Davis? And
I
texted
like
you
Gabe
about
Davis. I don't think that's true.
Who was it? It was someone. I texted you about it. You're like, it was all right.
I don't remember. That's the thing, like, you know, I remember saying I would buy Shakir's jersey, but then and I was going to. It might have been. I like Ty Johnson though. It sucks that he's I don't know. I remember saying I remember saying I was gonna buy Shakir's jersey if the Bills made the AFC Championship game 2 years ago. And they did. I just didn't because I had to buy the Josh Allen one when they got their rivalry jerseys. I can't not have my first one of the new jerseys. They might allegedly be getting another jersey as well. A new alt. I don't believe it, but we'll see. But anyways, Eunice, if you want to talk about the Ravens, we can talk about the Ravens.
I thought you never asked.
Let me introduce you guys to a gentleman by the name of Eric DaCosta, aka EDC.
You know how it is if
The man
my
never
aunt had male
misses
parts, she'd be my uncle.
I mean, I'm sorry to cut you off like this, but when you were talking so slow, I don't know, my brain, likes to automatically finish a sentence. I thought you were about to say EDP.
Yeah.
Drewski,
Damn. The Ravens are really desperate.
Never disrespect my glorious King EDC like that.
I heard about that, but there's also a rumor that they might be getting another, I don't know. We'll see though. We'll see. I do hope the Red Helmets come back. I think they will.
I'm not gonna lie.
Permanently.
I'm looking at our draft, like our full thing from start to end.
And Eunice is just getting chopped up.
I don't see a single miss besides our round 7 pick. Ooh, fuck it,
EDC says jump. Eunice says how high. And
dog, I'll bring him the move. Say you want the move.
I was just about to say, and then while he's asking him how high, he says, "And do you need anything else, sir? Do you need?" They can't all be winners, man.
Obviously, they can't be. We have to wait and see how they play. I'm just going off of what I know about them.
Drewski, you just won. You just won. Comment so good, I'm pinning it.
Oh my god, is it about me?
No, it's about Tyler Loop.
Oh yeah, Tyler Loop. I want his Hall of Fame statue up already.
For getting John Harbaugh fired. He was gonna.
We live in the Tyler Loop timeline now. I don't care that it was gonna happen regardless. It's the Tyler Loop timeline now, and there's nothing you can say to change that because it was Tyler Luke that missed it.
I guess.
All right, let me be for real for a
Yeah.
second. Vega, I wanted him for months. I'm so happy with this. Finally prioritizing Lamar for fuck's sake. I was so tired of watching him limp for first downs and basic passes because his O-line couldn't block a fucking fart in the wind. Daniel Falala, the terrorist, is off the team, and they replaced him. They replaced him with Vega Yayone. I love him. Round 2, Zion Young. Happy with him. He's someone that I want to see a little bit play more because did he play amazing in college? Sure. But was he in the Big Ten? No. Which means he wasn't playing people at Big Ten level, which sometimes does show in the NFL when they play against bigger contenders a lot. So I want to wait and see. One thing I do love about Zion Young is he has a very strong crash out mentality. And I love that. There are videos online where people are like, thank God we have thugs on our defense again. And that made me happy.
Trey Hendrickson with his walker.
You have like this super wholesome, super nice guy on one end. Like, hey, I'm gonna try to sack you. And then you have the other guy who's like foaming at the mouth.
Tell him
just
to
trying to get to you on the other side.
Wait, Eunice, what is that guy's name you just said? I didn't catch the whole name. I just wanna the thug
Young.
you said. Zion Young?
Zion, yeah.
Tell him to stay away from elevators.
The fuck does that mean?
If you know, you know.
Is this the whole Rihanna thing?
Rihanna?
Wasn't it Rihanna that got beat in the elevator?
No.
What the fuck?
Who was it? Who was the lady?
Hey, someone get Eunice.
Ray Rice, right? Or
No, Ray Rice beat the shit out of his wife. But I don't think it was in an elevator.
yeah, they were.
I don't remember.
Wait, I'm gonna look it up. Okay. Well, if I typed the letter E after Ray Rice and it auto like corrected to elevator, so I assume it was him. Let's see, what was it?
Oh, Rihanna got beat in a car.
Yeah, but that's Chris Brown, not Ray Rice.
I know. That's what I'm tripping. My bad.
Get her ass out the car.
My bad.
Yeah, so Ray Rice beat his then wife. They got married after that. That's crazy.
Crazy.
He got suspended for it too.
Thank God. He pretty much lost his career.
Yeah.
Partially over that. Which he should have, deservingly so.
Yeah.
Browns take notes.
I don't know what her name is. She must not be like famous because nobody had, or other than maybe privacy for the victim. But there's a video, you can look it up. It's pretty famous.
Janie Palmer.
Okay. I was like, damn, I can't find her name anywhere. It just says his fiance.
Anyway, but yeah, round 3 was maybe the fan favorite pick in the draft with Jacoby Lane. I did not have him on any mock drafts because I thought it was never going to happen. I put Chris Bell, who I still would have been very happy with. You would not have heard me complaining about Chris Bell. But Jacoby Lane, I love this dude. 6'4", ran a 4.5. He just doesn't drop anything. And that's what I've wanted for so long. A guy who not only is tall, but he can also compete for those 50-50 balls and come down with them more often than not, which is what I wanted for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Riley.
Since 2024, I assume, right?
24?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the Mark Andrews one?
Yeah.
No, I wanted it 2023 when our best receiver was Zay Flowers, who had the fumble.
I was, Drew, that's funny because that leads me to my next question. Drewski asked, does he fumble like Zay Flowers does?
No. Jacoby Lane has 0 fumbles in the last 2 years.
That's the same amount I have.
True.
So that's,
oh my God, Riley, you should no.
Nah, my 40 time would be like in the tens, but fuck it, why not?
This is where I was super surprised in the draft because I cannot think of a time the Ravens went back to back to back offensive weapons in the draft. They after Jacoby Lane, who I'm a big fan of, we went Elijah Sarrett, wide receiver, again. And Elijah's cool. He's nothing fancy or anything like that. He's gonna be like, your standard 4 or 5 that will come in for maybe 2 snaps a game. Whatever.
Mhm.
I like him. But then we also traded back up into the 4th round to grab Matthew Hibner, who's very good at blocking and he's kind of decent at receiving. He's more of a short pass receiving. Short passes, he's good. Medium passes, not really. He's not really an Isaiah Likely replacement at all. But when I saw that, I opened up the Ravens Twitter page, and everyone that was in that group, pretty much all in agreement, like, oh, okay, Rashad Bateman is getting traded. Cool, good to know. Because now we have Zay Flowers, Bateman, Devontae Walker, Jacoby Lane, and Elijah Sarrett. Not to mention we have 2 other wide receivers, Dalton Wade and LeJohntay Wester, but he's mostly for special teams.
Daniel,
I don't know. People are saying he's getting traded.
Daniel, how you doing? I assume since the game is tied, you're stressed. That is crazy. It's funny. I remembered they were playing, when we started. Well, that's good. Well, I hope the Habs win, though. I hope the Habs win. But shout out to Daniel.
What's Drewski's beef with Zay Flowers?
I assume it's just Ravens fan. Or sorry, I assume it's just he's a Raven. A Baltimore Raven.
Drewski?
No, Zay Flowers is a Raven.
Oh, just like... Oh.
I'm blind. Daniel says, I'm blind and deaf. I want to be a ref.
Good money in it.
He is watching hockey right now.
I like the Chandler Rivers pick just because we need to start developing another guy who can kind of play at nickelback for a possible Marlon Humphrey replacement. I don't think he's going to be as good as Marlon Humphrey at his peak. Just because that's a very high bar to set, especially on a guy who's never played. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully this guy's amazing. I know you could always hope for that stuff. But as it stands, he played pretty good in college. And for a 5th round guy, I think it's cool. We then took our second tight end, Josh Kuvaz. I'm not going to lie. People online are saying he's a great player. So I've been saying, like, okay, cool. Then I guess I like this guy. I think he's good then, not a miss or whatever. But I don't know much about him other than he was pretty good his last year in college until he had to get surgery, which caused him to drop so low.
God bless Daniel.
But
Go
ahead.
Habs.
Those, I got to wait and see. Adam Randall, this one's a funny story. Apparently, during last year's draft, EDC and the Ravens owner, Steve Biscotti, I always say it wrong, they were talking, and Steve was asking and begging EDC, can I please have 1 pick for this year's draft, for the next year's draft?
I saw
And
the
EDC
video.
was like, yeah, and EDC was like, Steve, it's your team. You don't have to ask. So he decided to go with someone that I'm actually really curious to see play. I'm really excited for him. Adam Randall, 6'3", ran a 4.5 at 240 pounds, running back out of Clemson. I think he could be cool just because he has history playing as a wide receiver, which means he can be our receiving back, which could be really cool to have since Justice Hill has kind of had a down year last year. We took a punter from Michigan. All I know about him is apparently he had the best average for punts in the entire NCAA last year. That's all I know about him. But to be fair, as a punter, that I feel like that's all I really need to know about you, especially if you play against good schools. Rashawn Benny, I like him just because he actually has history with Jesse Minter. When Jesse Minter was at Michigan, he coached Rashawn for a year before leaving, so I just thought that was cool. Like, all right, cool. A depth piece that has history with our new head coach. I can't see how that can realistically go too wrong. And then I don't know anything about Evan Bernstein, the guard that we took with our final pick in round 7. I don't know anything about him, so I got nothing to say. All in all, I really like that this draft class was so offensively focused. I think someone said 8 out of the 10 picks were offense positions.
Right.
Which I think is cool and good, just because offense is what was lacking last year. Because, yeah, you can say, oh, Lamar was out, but it doesn't mean you should be averaging 3.5 points a game without him until Tyler Huntley comes in at the end.
Now, since you bring up Lamar, I was wondering what your opinion on your QB of the future was, though.
Oh, dude, I found it so weird how they were wording. How do you pronounce it? Diego
Pavia.
I know it's like the off season, so they're trying to get any story that they can. But like, I found it so weird that the same day, an hour earlier before Diego, we signed a different quarterback to an undrafted free agent deal. So I guess they're gonna be fighting it out for like the practice squad position.
Yeah.
But I found it so weird because like, oh, they have signed this guy to an undrafted free agent thing, and then Diego thing pops up and like they have signed him to a 3-year deal. And everyone's going crazy. Like, wait, a 3-year deal? Is he sticking around? I mean, he was a Heisman runner-up. This is somebody that we should take serious. And then, with a 2-second Google search, you find out all undrafted free agent deals are 3-year deals.
It's funny. I forgot to respond to your text in the group chat, but you are right. All undrafted free agent deals are 3-year deals. Like,
right. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, I get it. Heisman runner-up and Lamar's contract, he only has this year and next year, and then he's done. And so is Tyler Huntley. Tyler Huntley, this is the 26th season. So after the 27th season, Huntley and Lamar are both up.
And how old is Huntley? He's probably done almost, right?
Not really, no. Tyler Huntley was only drafted, I think, 2 years before Lamar. Tyler Huntley's not that old.
Oh man,
right 31.
He is the same. No. He might actually be younger than Lamar. How old's Lamar?
Even more to the point, I guess. Lamar is turning 30.
Okay, Huntley is 28.
Really? Why do I feel like I remember?
Yeah,
he was drafted the year after. I'm tripping.
Dude, why do I feel like he's so much older than he actually?
I think it's the beard. Yeah, and
also like I feel like he's never been like good enough to be a starter, so he just kind of
the Dolphins tried
float. Yeah, he just kind of floats around the league. I
find it so funny that he's so bad on every other team
except the Ravens
where he'll win.
It's funny because he's had like. Okay. This is so funny. How many games do you think he has won in his whole NFL career?
Tyler Huntley, like other teams included?
Correct. According as a starter, according to Pro Football Reference.
I know he won 1 game in 2021 when Lamar got injured. He won 2 games last year on the Ravens. I'll say he won 1 game when he was like bouncing around teams in 2024. So I'll say 4 games.
You're close. And you were right. he did win 2 games with the Ravens, but he has won 7 games as a starter, which is yeesh.
Right. To be fair, you also got to look where he played too.
I mean, yeah, he plays for shitty. I mean, like, okay, if you're not like starting caliber, right? Nobody is gonna like. You're cooked. You know what I mean? And then the Dolphins, you're cooked.
Yeah.
The 2024 Dolphins too.
I'm really happy with the Ravens draft. They prioritized our 3 biggest needs. We needed O-line. All right, here's the best guard in the draft. We needed a defensive end to complement Mike Green and Trey Hendrickson. All right, here's a guy who at least has the mentality
Here's
of
a
a
guy.
good defensive end. Let's see if he can transfer it.
Right.
We needed a weapon.
Here's a
All right,
guy.
here's wide receiver, tight end in order in the draft. So
Right.
I'm happy with it. And Jacoby Lane, I'm really excited for him. I really wanted him. All in all, look at that. Good draft. I'm not really mad about any picks. I can't think of a pick on here. I'm like, oh, why did we take this guy? We should have taken that guy or whatever. Like, all in all, I was like, all right, no, this is pretty good. If I had to grade it, I'd say B plus, I guess. Something like that. I don't really like giving out A's to teams before the season starts because grades are kind of meaningless, all things considered.
Right. Eunice isn't that kind of teacher.
Yeah, I don't give hundreds.
I don't. I don't like giving out A's. Go to hell. Oh my
You could
god.
always improve.
It's true though.
I will say, I do find it funny. My first instinct when we drafted Ryan, the punter from Michigan, at first I'm like, oh, cool, we got the best punter in this year's draft. Ugh, I have to root for a Michigan State guy. Fuck.
Hey man, our punter eventually, like it wasn't last year, but he did go to Michigan, so now the feeling is mutual. You want to trade?
I think the 2 most, I know we had 10 picks. I want to say the 3 guys I'm most excited to see in order: Jacoby Lane, Vega, Yaone, and Adam Randall. Those are like the 3 I'm most excited to see.
Yeah. Now,
And that's it for me.
do we talk about the Lions? Because there is, I mean, you know, it depends on how interested you guys are in talking about the Lions. Because there's a couple more things I wanted to talk about before we wrap up.
I mean, I feel like I already said what I wanted to about Blake Miller.
Yeah.
Everyone else was kind of like, okay, just because I felt like the Lions were a year behind on the draft, because a lot of people seem
Right.
to agree that last year's draft really wasn't it, besides like Tesla, which was
Yeah.
not a position of need to begin with.
Yeah.
So going into this year's draft, the Lions needed to fix the O-line, a lot of the D-line, their secondary too. So
Oh, yeah.
they worked on the O-line in the first round, D-line on the next round with Derek Moore from Michigan, but their secondary didn't really get too much attention, which I feel like is
Right.
what the main point of attack will be for next year's draft.
Yeah. Now here's my question. How do we feel about the Niners draft? Because if you're unaware, they're getting flamed because they fucking were bragging beforehand about how they were going to be using AI to help them draft this year. And people are saying like
You need AI to help you draft. That's
they have one, you know, like those websites that like give that are kind of bullshit, but like everybody swears by them, where it's like they give out rankings and grades and they have like, oh, based off of like PFF, you know, where they have like, here's how much value each pick is worth, and the players are worth this much value based off of their rank, you know. The Niners have like, it's like the lowest out of any team. and it's by a lot. And so I was wondering, Eunice, if you had any opinions on that. You could say no. If you genuinely don't.
Just to keep it short, I don't think it matters. Just because, like how DJ said last year, Kyle Shanahan can work with a bag of potatoes and half of a glue stick and somehow bring his team to the playoffs.
That's true. So the show is mostly wrapped, but there is two really quick things I want to say. Both are kind of funny. They're football related, though.
Wow, I got to stay for a whole show.
I know. I was
5 minutes. But you said too short, so I'm like, fuck it, let's shoot it.
I was shocked. So number one, did you guys see what Stephen A. Smith said? That landed him in quite a lot of controversy. He said, I'm trying to pull up the exact quote so I don't misquote this guy. So his co-host on First Take, they were talking about Nikola Jokic because the Nuggets, even though they are favored, they are still favored in the series, but they are one loss away from elimination in the NBA playoffs. His co-host, who I will be honest, I don't know because I don't watch First Take, and I like basketball, but I am not into it enough to know who these people are. His co-host was speaking French, and Stephen A. Smith said, and for anyone listening, these are his exact words and not mine. He said, I gotta get a little personal for a second here. Listen, I'm living a good life. This says explicitive. I don't know what word that is because this is a transcript of the conversation. Happy to say that the least, but I must admit, in all my years on this earth, I've never dated a woman from France or anything like that. But after hearing Chinny, I was like, what have I been missing? What have I been missing? That verbiage right there, that kind of turned me on. He said this on television. And all she said, and this is a woman, I know I'm butchering her name, who played for she was a WNBA player, a quite good one at that. Literally all she said was, bonjour, Stephen A., at the beginning of their conversation, because one of the players they were talking about on the Timberwolves is from France.
This,
the more I hear about Stephen A., the more I'm like, oh my God, man. Really?
Funny.
Like, I cannot believe he's doing ads for Car Shield now. I was in Buffalo Wild Wings over the weekend, and I saw one of his Car Shield ads. I cannot believe that he gets paid $40 million a year. And it's funny because apparently, like, Shaq tweeted to, like, defend him that, like, really it isn't that big of a deal. That's weird. He shouldn't be saying stuff like that. Even if it's a joke. Like, I wonder what the explicit was. Damn, maybe.
I will say.
Yeah.
Now, I don't even know if there's a way to say this. I don't know how she said it, because in any language, if someone says it was
like, normal.
Says something. Okay.
Because I saw that much of the clip, but then I didn't see him, like, I didn't see the whole exchange, but I saw that, and it was not necessarily like, that he should not have been saying that.
It's still
My-
crazy as hell to say that shit there. Be like, hey, you say that again like that, I'm gonna be a little. Don't check under the table if you know what I mean.
Speaking of not checking under the table, let's talk about the next thing, which is the I saw a tweet that
There's nothing you can say here that can actually connect those two.
oh yeah, actually it can. I saw a tweet talking about Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini, and
No.
the story has gotten crazier, if you believe it, because since the last time we've spoken about this, and I really want to know what Gus thinks. I want to know what you guys think. So the long and short of it is Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini got exposed for having an affair with each other. So Vrabel, I thought for sure he was just going to ignore it, but he did respond. Rossini, we talked about this last week, had to step down, and i.e. she was fired. They just want to say it the nice way. She stepped down, but she also, like, she deleted her Twitter after vehemently being like, hey, we didn't have an affair. We were there with friends. But then it came out that they were at a couples only resort. So why were you there with friends at a couples only resort? But also, her son, who was born, so videos came out like the day, or pictures came out like the day of the draft, where in 2020 they were spotted at it was either 2020 or 2019. They were spotted at a bar together, like all all over each other basically. And then she was tweeting some like weird shit too around the same time.
Patriots keep building up.
This is when he worked.
There's got to be sort of cheating allegations.
This is when I know. Yeah, this is when she Vrabel worked for the Titans. So she tweeted something about like not being able to walk. They were spotted together. She her son, first of all, her husband, I don't know if you guys seen pictures. He looks like Mike Vrabel.
Really?
Hilarious.
He looks like Mike Vrabel.
I'm not cheating on you because he looks just like you.
He looks like Mike Vrabel light, is what I'll say. So she tweeted, she named her son Michael. And she tweeted me Googling who the most successful NFL coach / former player named Michael was, or something like that. Like, I'm paraphrasing. And then like somebody tweeted out like, it's crazy how she is leaving us clues like she left us clues like a serial killer. It gets weirder because that's funny, Eunice. It gets weirder because I don't know if you guys saw like the most recent development is so like Vrabel said he was going to go to like therapy, and he was spotted in wherever he was, buying his wife like a I'm sorry gift. But it's funny, he bought her something that like he bought a very similar outfit to one that he was photographed. Rossini was wearing something similar to, and they were photographed together when she was wearing the outfit that he like has in his hands at the store, like buying. But the most recent thing is and you guys are not going to believe this if you don't know it. They found Diana Rossini on Spotify, and she made. Wait, what did you say? Who said that about? Wait, I'll look this up so I can. Spotify. DIANNARUSSINI. So she made a playlist that's called For Mike. And it's filled with like a mixture of, it's a shared playlist. Oh, so the playlist is called Turning the Page. And she shared it with a user named just Mike. And she made the playlist the day this playlist was made during the Titans 4-game losing streak in 2022. And like it's a mixture of like some like funny like Cuff It by Beyonce, Big Energy by Lotto. These are so funny. So it's like a mixture of like sort of like poppy love songs and like classic rock. But if you look at the playlist, there was an article that came out around the same time that this losing streak happened in 2022, where they said that they were playing Mike Vrabel. They were doing like a piece about Vrabel, and they were talking about how at practice he likes to play his own personal playlist, and they were listing artists and songs that are on the playlist that Vrabel played at the Titans practice, and they're all on this playlist. And it's funny, the only song that got mentioned by name in the article was Renegade by Styx. The other ones were the artists, but this one was Renegade by Styx. And that is the last song on this playlist. So that is what?
It's a good song.
I don't think I might have listened to it. I don't know. But it makes this even like
during the draft.
Well, I didn't watch draft. I watched some of it, but it was muted. But yeah, so it's funny. This is weird. I've seen some people say this isn't a big deal. I'm interested to hear what, because I know like we talked about it after Eunice got off. I'm interested to hear Eunice's opinion, because the reason I think it's a big deal is because it genuinely does have like ramifications in the NFL. I mean, this like Diana Rossini is a reporter that people trusted, you know? Yeah. And so like her saying these things like genuinely kind of does affect rumors, like what GMs are hearing, what the public is hearing. The public's opinion about AJ Brown has been so negative. And honestly, like I remember people were shitting on Rossini before this even came out because of the way she covered this trade. Or we don't even, it's probably going to happen, but we don't know if it's technically officially going to happen. But I'm interested to hear what your guys' perspective on this, because Roger Goodell said he views this as a personal matter and that the NFL is not going to investigate it. I know some people think that that Vrabel is going to either take a leave of absence or step down. I don't think he will, but I think they should investigate him, and I think like this should be looked into. Like I I don't see this as just something that's like, oh, a personal matter. Like, this has ramifications in the league, you know? I mean, AJ Brown, people have legitimately been hating on him ever since the whole rumor. She is the one who broke the story. I think that really changes things.
Yeah.
I
Eunice?
don't really have an opinion on it, to be completely honest.
Uh-huh.
Just because, how do I say this? I don't know like how to word it in a way where it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Where I feel the biggest thing that's gonna come out of this is maybe a fine.
I don't even think that'll happen.
It's just hard for me to care. Where I know no real ramifications are gonna come out of it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna
Just
suspend
found
a
out.
head coach for like 4 games or whatever.
Oh,
the fuck the NFL
I
is.
genuinely do think if it weren't the Patriots, this would be looked into. The only reason that, and the exact, it's like, oh, why do you think that? What happened to Stephon Diggs? Nothing.
Right.
Yet.
Yeah. It's just, like I said, I just don't see anything big coming out of this.
I don't think so either.
So in my mind, I just see it as, all right, he was a piece of shit, she was a piece of shit, fuck both of you. Anyway.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've seen a lot of people talk, and I think it is worth talking about and like raising issues, but at the same time, I agree with you, Eunice. I don't think anything will actually happen because I don't think the league really cares. And I think that like just the way they treated the Diggs thing shows you they don't care if you're on a good team, they don't care. And it's fucking Rashee
Rice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, if you're on a team that makes them a lot of money, they don't care, and nothing will happen to you.
Which is funny, because earlier you brought up Ray Rice, who just, when the thing came out about him, it was like the year after, like 1 or 2 years after the Ravens just won the Super Bowl, which is funny because that shows like they used to care. They used to like not matter where you played. You do something you're not supposed to. Bye.
Yeah, the league has, and good. The funniest part is those are both Goodell. Like,
Right.
It's just that now that money is like so much of an issue, and like turning a profit all the time is so much of an issue now. They don't give a shit. They're like, whatever. And we talked about this last week. Like, Robert Kraft like tried to pay he either threatened to sue or tried to pay the outlet that reported the story originally to not have the story air, which is crazy as well. I think that's and he has a lot of issues as well. He has a lot of issues as well.
Yeah, that's a whole episode by itself.
Oh yeah, that might be a bodacious true crime episode.
I was about to say, Bodacious True Crime comes in, does a fucking.
One last thing I want to say, and then I'm gonna head out.
That's the end.
Off topic as shit. Completely off topic. NBA.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Pistons.
Do you know?
Yeah, how are the Pistons? Yeah,
they're up by 6. There's 2:50 left in the fourth.
Do you know the only time in NBA history, when the 8 seed was playing the 1 seed, where the 8 seed blew a 3-1 lead?
Pistons versus Magic.
2003.
Yep.
Orlando Magic versus the Pistons.
It's funny that you sent that.
A 3-1.
Oh, they just got 2 more points.
Who did, Pistons? Oh, because the foul.
Yeah.
It's funny. I'm watching it on my other monitor.
Orlando,
I'm heading out. Good night.
Well, good night. And you know, that's going to be it for the episode, guys. So thank you guys for watching. Do you guys have anything to say before we sign off?
Hell no.
Hell.
I hope everyone gets what they want out of this off season, and if it didn't happen for you, sucks to suck.
Yeah. And I don't know when the next episode will be. We will see. But we'll probably be doing more like deep into the off season just for fun and like, you know, summer stuff. But we will catch you guys next time. So, without further ado,
God, she took my quarterback. Why did she have to leave me to take my good quarterback? This week on All Riled Up, why did she take him? Well, I just got a divorce, and in this week of All Riled Up, you get to know more about football.
Yes.
Oh God, the house is burning. Oh no! This week in All Riled Up. This week in All Riled Up, you get to have the news of the football. Maybe on how my house burnt down.
Yes.
fucking Ollie, man. Oh gosh, the house is